a situational video is the best way to record these thoughts. I was just, at one job agency and they were completely useless. I was here, see it's hot. I was here, a few months ago and I got the same response. I've completed the form back then and then I got, we'll be in touch, and then I've come now and nothing. I got no call from anyone in these past months. And then, there was a lady now, we talked, and also, she basically formed that paper herself, the same one I did. But, I said to her what I would want to do, and she said that only what they have is work in, in companies, big companies. And it's, working on three shifts, so I mean, morning and day and then night shift, and of course working in a big company, that's not something I would actually really want. Never would want that. So this is again this type of situation how it is with me. Like right now I really have zero money. I have like $5 or something with coins, maybe not even that, but paper money I have literally zero. So the problem with me is, I'm not interested in jobs. I don't give a shit, honestly, to be part of the society stuff. I'm interested, in alternative ways of making money, which means, making money online, like internet marketing, whatever, and that's what I'm interested. I'm not really interested in having regular jobs. I just don't care, I'm not designed for that. But, the thing is, I'm not even doing any online stuff either to have money, so money literally comes to me out of nowhere, which is a big problem because I need money. I don't care to have money. I don't need it for my own joy. If it was up to me, world would be without money, but I just need it. I have to pay like $2,000 back to my sister because she gave it to me. I borrowed it last year to pay student debt, which I did not intend to have. Then I probably have to give, like, it would be good, some thousands of dollars, again euros, to my parents from through the years, the stuff they did for me. Then I think I also have almost like, again, 1,000 euros of debt with health insurance, certain crap, which I'll go there right now and see what happens. So you see, I would need like 3,000 to 5,000 euros or something, in normal time. But it doesn't happen. So what do you do? What do I do? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because I don't want a job, regular job, and even though things that are available here, they all suck. I would like to do something, to have some steady income online, but I don't really know how to do that either. So it's like, how do I find an answer that I don't know how to find? How do I find a solution I don't know how to find? I don't know. The answer is always I don't know, but you have to figure out something, So this, jobbing agency was absolutely useless, and I'm assuming that they're all going to be useless and they're not going to solve my problems. And that's how it is in this world. When you have certain problems, there's no one to turn to. Okay, for whatever happens to you, whatever kind of problems you have, there's nowhere to turn to. You have like health problems, you go to doctor, he's not going to be that helpful. You have money problems, you go to these jobbing agencies, not helpful that much again. If you have mental problems, you go to mental health institutions, not that helpful again. So you see, that's bullshit. Whatever problem you have, you can't turn anywhere, and that's really, really bad. So when you have problems, you're on your own. You have to deal them with problems. People just basically say, like Bully Maguire, I missed the part where that's my problem. They don't give a shit. You have to figure out something. It's up to you. And I hope that if I stay long enough, at some point I'm going to provide the support that people aren't giving to anyone. I'm going to make like these institutions where people can turn to and get actual help and support that they actually need and deserve. I'm going to do that if no one is planning to do it, because screw you all, useless institutions. That's not how. This is not okay, man. Um, yeah, I really hope I do something about this at some point, because I have found myself so many times when I would need support and I never had it, and it sucked beyond words. But if I can do something about that for other people to not have that, then that's super awesome, man. So I really hope I get to do this at some point, and people will have support in whatever way they're going to need it. People will be understood, and the world will be a better place. So again, same goes for you. Whatever struggles you have, you do something about that, so that other people don't have the same struggles as you do, so that you've provided certain solutions to certain problems, and you put them in the world, because you see them, you see what's missing just like I do. And it's my job, I think, to put this in the world, to to make the world a better place, for not other people to suffer these problems. That's my job. I can do something about that, and so can you. You can also, there's things that are missing in the world and you would like to see them. Well, you have to put them in. This is also a quote from Gandhi. It's shortened quote, but we must be the change we wish to see in the world. You gotta do it. Because apparently no one else is going to do it, because there's things that I would like to see, no one is doing them. So that's up to me. I can do something about this, or I can do nothing. And not doing something is also a choice. So I'm ranting. I hope I do something about it. Just got back from this health insurance agency, and again, same shit. The lady, although she was nice, she was lovely, she was useless. Again, I couldn't find anything. And the thing is, when this comes to this health insurance thing, my father threatened me with this thing, and caused me stress and concern with this thing. But it turns out that it's a law. You have to pay this health insurance, even if you don't care about it, even if you don't want it. That's how this goes. But if you don't pay it, just like I don't, because I don't have money, it's not that big of a whoop, because I thought that if it happens, like that cops come to your door, or like IRS starts knocking your door, or like people come to your house and they start to take things because they didn't pay. But no, man, that's not how this works. It goes, if you don't pay your rent, if you don't pay to Mr. Dickovich from Spider-Man, if you don't pay his rent, give me rent. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. I like Spider-Man, okay? If you don't pay your rent, for apartment, then people can come take your stuff because you didn't pay. That's where this goes. But when it comes to this health insurance thing, no danger, man. I don't really even go to the doctor because I'm not really sick much. I have the essentials at home. But not going to the doctor is not always a good thing. You have to go sometimes. So that's not the best thing for me to do that. Come on. So yeah, I didn't pay this thing, and nothing bad will happen, man. No cops. Even though I won't go to court, I won't go to jail, no one will come take my stuff to my house. No, nothing will happen, man. But that doesn't mean that I don't have to pay. I still have to pay because stupid law. But nothing dangerous will happen. So this is what this lady clarified to me now. But she didn't give me an answer again. She didn't tell me, if I could just, this take away this health insurance thing, not deal with it, how to get money. Nothing. Again, you see, nothing. I didn't get my answers fully replied. My questions answered. What am I saying? Didn't get them. You see, again, have problems, have dilemmas, have questions that need to be answered, and I go again to this this place, don't get an answer. So you see, people don't give me an answer to this thing. Same thing as the driving agency before. So yeah, this health insurance thing, it exists. It has to be because it's the law. You can't erase it. But honestly, I don't give a shit, man. Honestly, it does not matter. Every way I look at it, it doesn't matter. It's meaningless, man. These institutions are meaningless. Even this institute, It's meaningless. And people who work there are just meaningless. Just basic egos who are identified with their jobs, empty people. And it's like, they're kind a lot, but why would you do this, man? It's so meaningless and empty. Do something more meaningful, for the love of God. I know I'm correct. This is meaningless. It really is. This society, these things, structures, meaningless, man. You have to do them, of course, but they're all meaningless. They don't mean anything. They really don't. So yeah, how do you solve certain problems that you don't know how to solve? Huh? How do you do that? And how can I, make passive income? How can I, build certain things that I can have more income, like online or for whatever else? I've been whining about this in other videos as well. So how do I do this? Where do I get money if I don't get it from society? If I don't get it in a job place, how can money come from me to me through air? How do I do that? I know that money will not drop itself with me not doing anything to the air, from the air, but what do I do? So yeah, someone please tell me, how do I do this? How do I get money online from different sources, so that I don't have to deal with jobs? So yeah, how do I do this? Please let me know. And thanks for watching. This whole job system and this whole thing, to work, this is all sort of bullshit. It doesn't make sense. You work, you get money so that you can pay for whatever, so that you can eat, so that you can prolong your existence. And it's like, why would you do that? Thank you. So like, this whole jobbing thing, working, doesn't fully make sense to me. And I'm not the only one who, if you're not so into this matrix illusory thing as our parents are, our stupid delusional parents, then you won't see meaning and you have troubles with it, just like I do. Okay, so now this thing is done. Not what will happen now. Now I'll go back to my home, because I have nowhere else to go to, and arguings with my parents will start again. And I don't really want to deal with that shit anymore, man. Of course, we're not going to argue right away, but it's going to go, it's going to happen. It happens every day when we go through the day. Arguings happen all the time, and that's because of my parents, man. Mostly because of my mom. She is the most toxic human in our family, and she wants to argue all the time with people. She's very miserable, and misery wants to make other people miserable as well. And that's what she does, and I know it's going to happen. It's going to come to arguings again today. It will happen, and I don't want to go to deal with this, man. I had what I had to do now, it was quite stressful, and I want to relax, and then when I come home, it's just going to be a bunch of, again, stress for my parents eventually, and misunderstandings, and them seeing things in different way, and them being in illusions. And we have crappy parents, man. They're good people, but crappy parents, and they cause us pain. I've said this many times before, but I don't want to deal with that narrow-minded bullshit anymore. Those people are wrong. They live in illusions. They don't know how life works. They don't know shit about life and death, even though they're 50, 60, 40 years old. They know shit, man. And I don't care to deal with that ignorance anymore, because go to hell, You're wrong. I'm not going to deal with this ignorance for my whole life. There's no way. But since I'm stuck with them, it's a ginormous pain in the butt, man. Yeah, to have parents and roommates who are delusional. Dealing with stupid people is really exhausting, man, and it causes pain. Yeah, it's a weird day today. It's like stress packed, nervous packed. End of the day is going. Didn't even eat, but doesn't matter. Feels like a dream, man. It's like I'm dreaming right now. It's like it's not even happening, this thing right now. It's weird. But you know, feeling like your life is a dream and like it's not even going on, it's a good thing, you know, because life is a dream, you know. We're all dreaming, and then you can wake up. Yeah, it's a good thing. What a day today, man. Stuff has constantly been going wrong today. Like, I don't think I've ever had this kind of day when it constantly, you know, thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, constantly, you know, stuff goes wrong. And constantly, you know, like some stress and anxiety. And now it's over. Finally over, man. I've been here waiting for, you see here, met my sister. She has ear infection. And, you know, I sit here, have water now, took it from the hospital right over there. And now check this out. If you can see, you see this stain? Not a pee stain. I spilled coffee before, so that was that, even that thing. And yeah, then when I was when we went to the hospital, you know, just constant thing after another and after another. I had to like exchange change for this parking ticket. Then when we went with the sister, you know, the train things went down exactly where we went. Then like I couldn't find my sister in which part of the hospital she was. It took me, you know, like 40 minutes something to get to her because I had things to do. I went to that job agency and that health insurance thing, and then she was alone throughout all this pain procedures. It was just like constantly, you know, one thing after another, and it's like such weird thing, you know, stressful, nervous, and it's like just goes on, one thing after another goes wrong, and it's a dragging day, and you feel like you're like, how do I say this, it's like you're in slow mode on the inside, and then stuff is happening, and it's day is long, time is long. So I told this weird way, I know, but now it's done. I had to wait 30 minutes for these pills, so I took a coffee and I took a chocolate bar.